Welcome. This is Chair Yoga, and I'm Rebecca. And I invite you to take a moment to get settled and get comfortable on your chair. I'll take a moment just to review. When you sit on a chair for yoga, you want a chair that's sturdy, not one that's going to easily tip over. I like these folding chairs. I'll bring it back because they're quite sturdy. This one has a nice cushion, so it's comfortable. I also will use a chair like this one, which is a side chair. And also it's quite stable and won't fall over. When you're sitting in the chair, you want to be able to sit all the way back in the seat and still have your feet make contact with the floor. So if you are on the shorter side, you might want to put some blocks or a rolled up blanket or a cushion or something underneath your feet if they're not firmly planted. If you're on the taller side, you may have your knees pressing up into your body, and in that case, you want to put something underneath your seat to raise you up so that your feet can be comfortably planted. So take a moment to get organized in your chair and allow your eyes to close or take a soft gaze. And begin to settle, releasing the activities of your day and allowing yourself to be really present in this moment with your body and breath. Begin to take a little inventory of the sensory environment. What do you feel beneath your feet? Beneath your seat? Can you feel the weight of your hands in your lap? Maybe the heat from your palms. What are the sounds in your environment today? Can you feel the temperature, the air currents? And then begin to turn your attention more deeply inward to your own breath. Noticing first where you feel the breath. Maybe at the tip of your nose or the back of your throat. I have a little allergic cough that may crop up, but I'm well. Do you feel the breath in your chest or belly? Can you follow a breath from its beginning as you inhale all the way to a sense of fullness, expansiveness, and then follow the breath as it becomes the exhale and leaves the body. Inhaling and saying to yourself, I'm inhaling. Exhaling and saying to yourself, I'm exhaling. Stay with breath-focused attention for a few more breaths. How do you fill yourself up? How do you replenish your well? What inspires you? Where does your power come from? Let's take our attention to the third chakra, which is located at the solar plexus, just above the navel. This chakra is called Manipura, and it's represented by the color yellow, yellow like the sun, yellow like a flame. Begin to breathe in and out right at this space in the body. Imagine that there is a flame burning right at the center of your body. And you want to feed the flame giving it the oxygen it needs without blowing it out. Steady breath in and out, just the right amount to make the flames glow, but not peter out and not flame up. Can you find that steady breath? Let's take 5 more breaths right into the solar plexus, the 3rd chakra. This is our power center, where our energy comes from, the center of our chi, if you will. And after your 5th breath, release your hand, release control of the breath, and just notice. Are you still aware of that area? Has your breath changed? Begin to sit a little further forward in your seat so that you can sit up nice and tall and have a little bit of range of motion. And we'll move into a seated cat-cow. Inhaling, roll your pelvis forward, open your belly, your heart, reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale and rock back, tuck your tailbone, draw your belly in, and release your head. Keep moving, and I'll move back so you can see me better. Inhaling to open the front body, exhaling to open between the shoulder blades. Stay with this forward and back movement, or add circling by moving your ribs to one side, forward, the other side, and back. Can you really separate the rib cage right above that solar plexus and move it around? Find a place to reverse direction if you're circling. And again, really feel that engagement in that power center as you move. Find your way back towards center in just a few forward and back cat-cow movements. Coming to stillness in the center with a neutral pelvis, gentle engagement of the belly to help you sit up nice and tall, reaching up through the crown of the head. Have your feet hip distance or a little bit wider, and make sure you have a good connection to the ground. Inhale and raise arms up. Exhale and draw hands to heart center. Do a few more of those. Inhaling up, open up. And exhale, release. 2 more, beginning to connect the movement with the breath. So you see your exhale. You see your inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And when you're ready, inhale, arms up. If it's comfortable to reach through both arms, do. If not, bend your elbows and bring your hands to your fingertips to your shoulders. Inhale here, exhale, and really engage through that solar plexus, through the low belly, the mid belly, and tip over to the right. Inhale to center, and exhale, tip to the left. Inhale to center. Keep moving back and forth using the breath. Exhaling as you move away from center. Inhaling as you move towards center. And this, or the next time that you come through center, Release arms down. I worked out with my trainer this morning. My shoulders are tired, so that felt very good. Engagement. Sitting up nice and tall, bring your hands either to your chair seat or behind you and begin to bounce your feet. Move them in a couple of directions, move them a little bit away, move them towards, but keep bouncing. Do you feel the engagement of the core in this exercise? And a little bit of heat beginning to build. Let's keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Let's inhale and raise the left arm up. Exhale and lower. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, left arm and right leg, press it out through the heel and lower. Reach and stretch, flex through your foot and lower. Same thing again, opposites and opposite. This time we'll do same side, right, same side, left. One more time, each side. Excuse me. And release. Sit forward in your chair if you're not already there. And hold either the back of the seat or the back of the chair. And bring your legs out in front, straightening the legs coming on to your heels. Stay here or rock a little bit back, keeping a long spine. So we're on our sits bones. Spine is long, reaching up through the crown of the head. Begin to raise one leg and then the other. Hold and release. Release through the legs. And now in the same position, raise one leg and the opposite arm. Then see if you can add the other leg and the other arm. Lean back, reach, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, let it go. Beautiful. We're going to work through a seated Surya Namaskar, sun salute. So sit towards the edge of your chair. Make sure your sits bones are firmly planted. Walk your feet out wide. Inhale and raise arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up, and this time we'll come forward in a forward fold. We keep a long spine here, so I'm tilting, bending at the hip. The spine is long. You can rest your elbows on your knees or reach down on the outside of your arm, of your legs, or the inside. Grab your left knee, inhale and draw the knee in. Exhale, release it down, come forward, forward fold. Slide your hands up both legs to your knees and find a half lift. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, come forward. Grab the right knee. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, come forward. This time, press into your feet to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's find the half lift this time right in the center. And exhale forward. Grab the right knee, draw it in as you lift. Exhale forward. Come to the half lift, long stretch on the inhale. Exhale forward. Left knee. Rock it back, draw it up. Exhale forward. Press into both feet. Rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up. And exhale, forward fold. Slide your hands to your knees. Inhale, half lift, long spine, reach through the crown. Exhale forward, press into your feet to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more like that. Inhale up, exhale forward. Slide hands to knees, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold, press down to rise up, engage through that solar plexus. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release and shake out. Walk your feet out a little bit wider, again sitting towards the edge of your chair. Feet to the edge of the mat, seat to the edge of the chair. Come onto your forearms. Again, we have a long spine, right? So we're hinging right at the hips. If you could see me sideways, you see I'm not rounded. I have this long spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. I'm going to keep the right elbow on the right knee and inhale the left up and over into a side bend. Press down into the right foot. Open up the left side. Stay for a breath. Inhale, come up through center, and we'll switch sides. Exhale and reach. Stay for a breath. Inhale up. One more time to each side. Getting long, opening up in the rib cage and the side body. Use the inhale to take you over to the other side. And this time, inhale through center and release arms down. If you have blocks handy, go ahead and grab one. Walk your feet in a little bit closer and snuggle the block between your lower legs. Squeeze in and feel the engagement in the pelvic floor, in the inner thighs, the whole inner line of the body, all the way up through that solar plexus, up through the crown of the head. Hold for one more breath and then soften. Walk your feet back just a little bit. We're going to work with two versions of our chair pose. The first will be the as if version, where we engage all of the muscles to stand and then just kind of move right to the point of lifting and release back. This is a way of engaging all of these muscles, training them, and then moving back. And then we'll take the same muscles or similar muscles and work in the reverse. We'll come up to standing and then work into our chair pose, Utkatasana. So if you have your block, squeeze in towards center. Begin to come forward with a hip hinge. Reach through the crown of the head. Squeeze everything toward the midline as if you're about to stand, pressing down through your feet, and then release and come back to sitting. It's a lot of engagement. If you really work towards that solar plexus, that drawing into center, drawing in to the pelvic floor, that whole center line of the body. Okay, big inhale, exhale, begin to hug in, long spine, press down through the feet as if you were going to stand, and then release and sit back. Third time, we're going to stand up, so be prepared for that. Hug into center, Rock forward, hip hinge, draw everything in, press into your feet, and come all the way up to standing. If you have that block, snuggle in tight, feel that engagement, get really tall in your body. Find your mountain pose, Tadasana, right here. And then we'll go right into our chair sequence. First time, we'll slide hands down our thighs. Reach back through the tailbone as if you're going to sit back down. But keep that engagement. Look down and see if you can see your toes. Draw your knees back. Long spine. Hug in. And then press down to rise back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment to breathe, softening in this area. And then re-engage by snuggling the legs in tight, lifting the pelvic floor, lifting the low belly all the way into that center core of the body, the solar plexus. And then hands here, or you can bring them back to your thighs. Reach back, long spine as if you're going to sit down. Make sure your knees are pressing back instead of coming forward. Check by looking to see that you can see your toes. Keep hugging in, press into your feet to rise up. Inhale up and exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do one more chair, and you have the option of hands to your thighs and knees, hands at heart center, or hands rising up as you sit back. Sometimes this is even a little easier because you have this counterbalance, right? The tailbone's reaching behind as the arms are reaching forward. Everything is hugging in towards center. You could even press in, imagining that you had a big ball between your hands. Squeeze in for one more breath, and then press into the feet, rise tall, and this time release arms all the way down. You can remove the block if it's in place and begin to shake out. Okay, let us move around behind the chair. And find Tadasana once again. We're going to move into a tree practice that will combine tree and stick pose. If you've never done stick pose, then stay with me and we'll figure it out together. First, find your mountain, feet about hip distance apart, maybe hands on the top of your hips to rock forward and back, shifting between your heels and the balls of your feet until you find that place of balance. Maybe you shift a little bit side to side and come to stillness. Keep hugging your legs in as if you have that block there, lifting the pelvic floor, lifting the low belly right to this power center at the center of the body. Let's inhale, arms up, and exhale, release. With your chair in front of you, you can take advantage of that steadiness as we come into our tree practice. So pressing down through both feet, if you'd like, take a moment to find a focal point or drishti in front of you. It's a horizon point, something that's not moving. And then begin to press down through the left leg. Try not to pop the hip, right? Stay up and over the leg. The right knee bends, turn out at the hip. I hope you can see me on the other side of the chair. And bring the sole of your foot to your ankle, calf, or thigh, above or below the knee. Feel that connection of the sole of one foot against the leg of the other, against the other leg, and create that pressing in like we did with the block between the foot and the leg. Get nice and tall, maybe. Branches grow. You can grow one or full complement of branches. Make sure breath is flowing, drawing the energy up. Release hands to the chair. Turn your right knee forward and then press back, reaching back through that foot. I just shifted a little to turn out so I have room on the diagonal. I'm going to reach the opposite arm. Exhale and draw knee and elbow towards each other. Inhale, reach long, opposite arm and leg. Exhale into center. Last time, reach long. Exhale in. Turn forward again. Turn out at the hip and find your tree pose once again. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Beautiful. So the thing I added in there at the last moment was a little bit of a turn towards the side so that we had the room to make the stick figure. So we'll add that in. Finding your Tadasana, once again, mountain pose. Feel the energy of roots sending deep into the earth to create that support system. The energy then draws in and lifts up. Yes. Then shift into the right leg. You can have fingertips on your chair, eyes on your focal point, knee comes up, turn out at the hip, and find your foot position on this side. Keep engaging, keep lifting. Energy, breath, up through heart center, maybe branch or branches grow. Can you find some flexibility with your stability? One more breath here, and then fingertips to your chair. I'm just shifting a little bit on a diagonal. My left knee comes forward. I'm going to reach opposite arm and leg, tilting forward. Exhale, knee and elbow in towards center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Inhale, reach. And last time, exhale, in. Inhale, reach. Turn back to center. Find your foot position and your final tree pose for 3, 2, and 1. Release and let it go. Shake it out. Okay, now we're going to turn to face the seat of the chair. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see my practice. So standing with feet maybe about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Let's inhale up and exhale into a forward fold. So for our forward fold, hands come to the chair seat. I'm bending my knees as much as I need to maintain a long spine, a flat back. You can stay here. If it's in your practice, maybe come down onto forearms, get a longer stretch. Again, we're trying to avoid rounding. We want a long spine here to protect the back. Take a breath or two here. And then if you've come to forearms, come back to your hands. Let's step the right foot forward a little bit and step back with the left. We'll move through a lunge position, pivot our left foot down, and in this position we have an intersection of the front heel with the back heel or the instep, the arch of the foot. Keep your right hand in place. Maybe your left hand comes to your shoulder. That's not your shoulder, to the top of your hip. Extend the front leg, reach long, and find a supported triangle pose. Maybe you turn your head and look up at your thumb. Maybe you look straight ahead or even down at the supporting hand. Press down through your feet. You could even imagine you're drawing them towards each other, engaging through that low belly. Take one more breath here. You can stay, or if you'd like to try, bend into the front foot and lift up into balancing half moon pose. Make sure breath is flowing, and slowly and with control, come back down through your triangle. Bend into the front knee and inhale up. Straighten the front leg and turn your toes forward. Let's take a little walk in place. I'm going to shift my chair to the other side just so you won't be seeing my back. You can stay where you are or shift around if you like. And we'll start again on this side with the forward fold. Inhale, reach up, exhale, come forward, hands to the chair seat. Feet can be a little more than hip distance apart if that feels comfortable. Knees can bend so that you can reach back through the tailbone, long spine through the crown of the head. Stay here or come into a little more of a forward fold by coming on to forearms. Maybe your legs can straighten, but it's more important to maintain that long spine. Take a breath. Come back up to your hands. Step the left foot forward. Reach the right foot back through lunge position. Pivot your heel down. Straighten the front leg and open up into a supported triangle pose. See where you can engage as if you were drawing your feet towards each other. Can you lift the pelvic floor here? Can you feel engagement in that solar plexus? Stay here or look down towards the chair seat. Maybe you bend into your front knee and step up into balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Again, the head position can be straight ahead, turning up to look at your thumb, or down to the supporting hand. Take one more breath here, wherever you are. Slowly release back into your triangle, and to come up and through the front knee, up through warrior two. Release hands and turn your toes to face forward. Whew, that was fun. We're going to make our way back to sitting. Take a moment here to find your seat. I'm going to take a sip of water. Maybe you will too. Chair yoga's not for the weak, yes? Sit up toward the edge of your seat. Walk your feet out nice and wide. Find a tall spine. Let's just take a few breaths here. Inhaling up and exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, open up, float up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And last one like this. Inhaling up and exhale through heart center. Release hands down. We're going to come into a seated pigeon pose. So walk your feet in just a little bit closer. And we'll slide the left hand down the left leg until you can grasp your shin or ankle and draw that leg up so that you can place the ankle above the other knee onto the thigh. Now for some of us, we'll have our knee up high and maybe begin to soften in the hip so that the knee can drop. down. This may be your working position right here. For some of us, we'll get nice and tall and begin to come forward. Again, hip hinge, right? Long spine, forearms, one elbow to your knee or the bend here, other to your ankle. Inhale, get nice and long. Exhale, soften and see if you can come forward. If this is not enough, you can also begin to come forward over your leg, reaching towards the floor. This is perfect for me right here. Stay with your breath. With each inhale, see if you can get a little bit longer. With each exhale, soften and come forward. Letting that knee soften and release, the hip soften. Stay for 3 more breaths. And after your 3rd or so breath, we're going to work with a half happy baby. So bring your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Bring your right hand to your chair seat or chair back. We're going to lift this foot up, pressing the foot forward, drawing the knee back towards the shoulder. If this is not comfortable for you, then just work here, holding onto your leg, maybe with a rock. Working with half happy baby, or switch, taking your peace fingers around your big toe and see if you can extend that leg out. Whether you're rocking, half happy baby, or extended fingers to big toe pose, whatever works for you. One more breath here, and then carefully release the leg down. Walk your feet out wide, and just a little windshield wiper with the knees. Maybe some bounces to let go in the hip sockets. Walk your feet in so we can work to the other side. Slide the right hand down to the right ankle. Draw that leg up and over. It helps sometimes to flex that foot. Helps to protect the knee. If you're feeling too much in the knee, then don't come as tight in. And if it's quite a lot, then you can always release your foot down and just work with a little bit of external rotation here. Get tall. This has been the instruction. Yes, reach through the crown of the head, engaging through that power center, the solar plexus. Stay here or begin to tip forward, maybe coming to forearms, maybe coming past, reaching towards the floor. Each inhale creates a long spine. Each exhale, let go in the hip. Release the knee, let the knee drop. Let's take 3 more breaths here. After your 3rd breath, bring the right hand to the outer edge of the right foot. Draw the knee back and maybe find half happy baby. If this is not in your practice, hold onto your leg with both arms and rock the cradle. Working wherever you feel a comfortable stretch. Maybe you'd like to come into that extended pose by grabbing your big toe, reaching out. One more breath wherever you're working. And then slowly, with control, release the leg down, walk the feet out wide and gentle in and out movement to release some of the effort of this practice. Begin to sit back in the chair a little bit more, hands to your knees, long spine. Let's inhale and raise arms up. Bend the elbows and grab opposite elbows. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you walk the right fingertips down the middle of your back, drawing the elbow higher. Stay with this stretch. This is called, I can't say it, cow face pose. Kind of funny. I don't know, does it look like a cow face? Maybe it does. Stay here, or if it would suit you, come into a little side bend. Make sure you're steady on your chair because there's nothing to hold on to besides your own elbow. Inhale up through center. Extend up with both arms and release both arms down. Little shake. Inhale up, grabbing opposite elbows. Stay here or walk the right hand down between the shoulder blades. I have to get around my ponytail to do it. Holding on to your elbow with the other hand. Think about getting tall, reaching up more than pulling across. Stay here or find that side bend. Opening up the shoulder, the side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale in place. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release arms down. Let's bring hands in front and imagine that you can feel a ball of energy between your palms. Bring your hands a little closer. Sometimes that makes it a little easier to feel that energy between your hands. Really find that ball of energy and then see how far apart you can draw your hands, holding on to that sensation of energy between the palms. Holding this right in front of you at the solar plexus. If you go too far, come back in a little bit and really feel that energy. Can you take it up? Challenging. Can you draw it down? Draw it in towards the body. Reach it out. Draw it in and reach it out. Last time, draw it in and toss it. Good. Shake your hands out. Let's inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Bend the elbows and place your fingertips on your shoulders. And let's circle the arms. Opening up, releasing the effort. Let's move in the other direction. Big circles. And one at a time, figure 8. Reverse it. And a couple up, back, and down. And last one, release the arms and come to stillness. Now we will move into a meditation that will move into stillness. You can choose to sit in your chair, or if you'd like to come down onto the ground or sit in another comfortable position, that is really your choice. We will move into stillness after the breath meditation. So take a moment to find comfort. Maybe you choose to bring a cushion, or this is a soft block, behind your back, just to give you a little bit more support. We still want to be quite upright, so we're not going to slump into the seat, but something to give you just a little bit more support. Find a comfortable foot position, comfortable hand position. Allow your eyes to close or take a soft gaze and begin to notice your points of connection with the earth. Feeling your feet on the ground, your body supported by the chair or the floor. Inhaling to sit up nice and tall, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, feeling that connection between earth and sky. The breath is the conduit that moves up on the inhale and down on the exhale, creating buoyancy and grounding. Stay with this breath, earth to sky. With each inhale breath, reach up to the crown of the head, reaches to the sky. With each exhale, drop in to the earth, feeling that connection, that point of connectedness. Feeling the breath running between earth and sky, earth and sky. When you're ready, bring your attention right to the solar plexus, that center area of power, personal power, energy. It's also the place of self-confidence, self-assurance, a sense of your own identity, your place in the world. See if you can feel that fire, the flame that doesn't go out. It gets brighter with your inhales, a little dimmer with the exhales. Feeding the inner fire with the breath. I'm going to work with a seed mantra, a sound that corresponds with this chakra in the body. Excuse me. And that sound is Ram with an R. So we'll inhale, and on your exhale, hear in your own head the sound of Ram. If you'd like to say it out loud, of course you can. You're alone in your home, perhaps. Ram. 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 If you're making the sound, allow it to grow quiet. and to become a whisper. As the sound becomes more quiet, allow the flame to die down, becoming a glowing ember. The potential for action when it's needed, warmth for the body, energy. Stay with this sensation in the center body until you're ready to come in to stillness. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. When you feel ready, bring your hands together at heart center and begin to rub the palms together, creating a little more heat. When the hands are nice and warm, bring one hand to the solar plexus and one hand to your heart. Feeling that energy. And then release and let it go. We'll seal our practice with 3 chants of Om. 1 for the power of the inner flame, 1 for the power of love, and one for the community we create when we practice together. If you'd like to join, taking a breath in. Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and with George, the cat.